So we're here at Snetterton. It's a Thursday. It's the setup day ahead of the British GT weekend here on the 300 circuit for this year. But overall, looking back on the season so far, how's it been for you all?
Been okay. Not perfect. A new car, so we were learning what we can do with it to get the best out of it, and not enough time with it. Really, I think. I wish we'd gone off and done something else with the car to have more time with it. But it's proven to be a very competitive car, so we're really pleased, really. The car's a lot higher in the air, but we've got speed, which is great, really.
When you bring in a new car, how much is there to learn and sort out in quite a short space of time, I imagine, because testing these days is pretty limited with everything that's sort of involved, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we had the car on press day, so we just done the one press day, then straight out to do the racing. It's a lot to learn because you're 25 mil higher than normal, and that makes the car roll around totally different to when he's lower on the ground. So there's lots of setup changes in that, in trying to find the best setup. And as we all know this year, the weather has been absolutely ridiculous. Never a complete dry weekend. You know, we've got new tyres that we bought and we've never been able to use yet. You know, it's ridiculous. So we always end up to buy some more wets. Mm-hmm. The weather forecast is not that brilliant this weekend, is it? Yeah, so it's there is a lot to learn. There's different aerodynamics on the car this year. Try and get a bit more downforce and everything. But we're getting there with it all, so we're sort of fairly competitive now.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned obviously the weather, because you were speaking about the media day a second ago, and if I remember right, the day started off really wet and sort of gradually dried out. How much does, when you don't really know what's going on with the weather, how much does that sort of slow your progress down? Because there's lots to learn, isn't there? And I suppose when you don't know what the weather's going to do, that's another variable that you've got to then consider and sort out. And like you said, it's looked like it's going to be another weekend of that this weekend at Snet. Yeah,
there's a lot to sort out. And what you've got to try and do is all about a compromise. So if it's wet and it's going to turn dry, you want to have a close to a dry setup. If it's dry and it's going to go wet, you say, well, is it going to go wet? And so if you've got the information and you really know it's going to be wet, you need to put a wet setup on the car. So it's deciding, when is it going to be wet? Is it the last 2 laps, or is it the first 5 minutes into the race? If it's first 5 minutes, you'll put a full wet setup on. If it's the last 2 minutes, you'll try and hope that it doesn't rain.
Definitely. And what are your expectations for this weekend here at Snetterton on the 300 circuit?
So we know the circuit very well. The car is really good. So we were hoping to have a good run, really.
Good. I look forward to seeing it. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.